just what the heck is the whole point of a PTO? It's just for people to get together and complain, right? Or a bunch of people with nothing better to do than be busybodies and try to control the school and what happens, right? Wrong. Those are like totally so irritating stereotypes about PTOs and about their purposes. And I'm just here to have a mini rant about it today. Let me just tell you, because that is like the exact opposite. I think that might be true for some people who don't get it, who are maybe unhappy in their life and don't understand the point of volunteering or the point of giving back to make something better. But that is not the case for all PTOs. I would even argue that is not the case for most PTOs. So yes, PTOs are not just around to raise money. They're not around to be complaint sessions. Even though those things happen with PTOs, yes, we raise money because it takes money to do things in schools. But really, the whole point of a PTO is to come together and form a community of like-minded people who want to support their kids and community through having a stronger school. That's kind of like it. It's an opportunity for parents to get involved and give back and take their passions and their interests and really find the connection, find the need within that school where their passions and interests can come into play and make the community a better place. PTOs also recognize and lift up staff and teachers and administrators because their job is hard and they are doing so much for our kids, and our kids are really with them more time than they're with us, at least awake, right? Of course we want to support them. PTOs are also a way for us as parents to collectively advocate for our children. Sometimes the schools need a little help clearing all of the issues out of the way, or really their priorities are different from parents and kids' priorities. So it's a way to, like I said, advocate for our kids. And the clearest example of this ability to advocate effectively was really illustrated with an issue. And I think I've talked about this before. So the school had come up with a brilliant idea to save teachers time, which is not a bad idea or not a bad goal to want to save them time. But they were finding that the teachers were using a lot of their time traveling to the different specialist rooms. So their idea was to get rid of all specials and that kids would only have one per semester, which is not good for kids, right? Because what if you are a kid that absolutely hates music and you're stuck in music every single day for a semester versus being able to go to a different special every couple days or every day? Like, that is so much better for a kid who's hating music. It could really negatively impact students' like quality of life and their mental situation and all that. So anyway, rather than talking with the parents beforehand, the school was like, oh no, we're just going to get rid of them. And so you only have music one time over 3 years. Okay, that just, no. That was really too much of a detriment for the kids for the parents to handle. So what happened was we kind of came together and started complaining and said, no, this is not going to work. And we need to come up with something different. This is not acceptable. And a couple meetings, like all calls were put out and a lot of parents turned out. And this was an issue that the school realized that they weren't going to be able to go forward with their plans because they really hadn't thought it through, in my opinion. And so it ended up getting changed. And I think they reduced it down to where you would have 2 specials a semester, 3 or something like that. So it was reduced down. It wasn't all 5 or 6 that they have, but it was reduced down. But they figured out a way to make it work so that it was a little more acceptable to everyone involved. And that was a really nice way to advocate for our kids, like I said, because that would not have been good for most kids, I think. So anyway, that's just an opportunity, like without the PTO being there and being able to organize that, because what ended up happening was that the principal made an offhand comment about this new idea for the curriculum at the last PTA meeting of the year, and my ears perked up as president and went, wait, what? And so then I called some teacher friends who are also parents in the district and said, hey, here's the plan. And they were like, wait, what? And then they called other friends, and then a collective letter was sent to the district saying, oh no, bad idea, we don't like this. And then the district called for some meetings, and they got more feedback and understood that they couldn't go forward with their plan. And so we got to change. But that was like really a fantastic example of the power of parents in being able to positively impact the school experience for the kids. Now, I'm sure the teachers were not happy, and I'm very sure that the administration was not happy, but tough schnoogies, because sometimes that's just the way it rolls. That's like the whole point of PTO. Like if we had not had that meeting, the principal could not have made the comment during the meeting. She couldn't have made the announcement, which was really an offhand announcement, by the way. And so we wouldn't have known. So without that meeting, we would have come back to school the next year with all of the schedules already set, and there would have been nothing for parents to do. We would have been stuck with that because, of course, hiring decisions were made based on, the curriculum and all that jazz, like how many classes they were offering, how many sections. That would have been so much different. And I'm sure there's many other examples, but that is just one concrete example that I have to share with you today. So really, the point of PTOs goes far beyond just raising money, far beyond being a complaint factory, and really it solidly resides in like making the school community a better place. So that, my friend, is the challenge to you, is to totally get involved, make a positive impact. And I did want to ask you, what is one thing that your school group has done, whether you're PTA, PTO, PTSO, PTSA, PC, there's a gajillion names for PTOs, or parent groups, I should say. There's a gajillion names for parent groups, but we're all kind of doing the same thing. We all kind of have the same goal. So tell me in the comments, I'm so curious to know, what is one thing that your school group has done that has positively impacted the school that you're like super proud about? I can't wait to hear your answers, and maybe I will collect them. If there's enough responses, maybe I'll collect them and share them all in a next video, because I love to gush over people and highlight their successes, because how fun is that? We're giving of our time. No one's getting paid to do this PTO thing. We're all giving of our extra time. And so it'd be nice to lift others up and recognize them for what they're doing. So I totally hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Want even more guidance on how to be a stronger leader so you can run a better PTO or PTA? All these resources and more are waiting for you at PTOanswers.com.